Good morning, everyone. My name is Kimber Bryan. I'm with Curvy Heart Face Painting. I had a request for a Batman, so that's what we're going to do. I like to do this morning classic Batman and a regular Batman. So we're going to do like a blue and yellow Batman and a black and gray Batman. And I hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to do half. If you're doing this on any little ones today, you can always take your spray bottle or water and you can spritz the bangs back. I worked really hard on these bangs. So we are going, well, nothing like getting a phone call when you're trying to do something, right? Okay, let me mute that. So I worked really hard on these bangs. Not really, but we're just going to pin them to the side like so. And then we are going to go and make sure that I can see your guys' comments if you have any. Perfect. Okay. So, like I was saying, we're going to do, we're going to do Batman. So make sure that all the kids' hairs are away from the sides of their face. This is a half mask, so it's only going to be covering from like the cheekbones up. And I always highly recommend half faces, especially for birthday parties, because kids like to eat. I mean, parents like to eat too. But when kids get their face painted, they're thinking it's going to last forever. And so they eat anything and everything they can. Well, that tends to mess up their makeup, then they get upset, then they come back to me and they're crying, please fix it, and I do my best to fix it. And I don't mind fixing it. But I tried to nail that problem right there by saying, oh, let's do a half face. And that's really easy with Batman because he always has had a half face. Not half face, but half face. I was talking, I'll talk about it later. Okay, so get your handy dandy water bottle. We're using a gray, my melted black, a blue, and a yellow today. I'm going to be using this brush for, because it has like it can cover more area in a faster amount of time. We're going to be using this brush right here to get in the corners of everything, everywhere that this one can't. And then this is the brush that we're going to do for detailing. It's not my normal detail brush, but I like with this one, it has a really sharp, fine point, and so it allows me to get the details that I really want to get. So on that, I'm super happy to get started. I love Batman. Okay, so we're going with our California Melted Black. Those of you who are not in California or in a hot state, triple digits can melt a lot of things in your car, that being one of them. So that's what happened when we had 114 about a month ago. And I kind of like it. It gives me enough room to move around. So I got my brush wet. Water sprayed this. And so now we can get started. Let me see. There we go. So you just run the flat brushes. You always run back and forth. And I can already tell that it's kind of too dry for me. So I'm going to dab it where I know that I have excess water. And then we're just going back and forth. So always test on yourself before you test it out on the little ones or you. Make sure that you like the consistency. That rubbed on really well, so that's what we're going to go with. I'm going to do the black on this side and then the blue on this one. So let's get started over here first. With this one, we are going to just come right here. And we are just going to go down like that. Boom. Almost done. Just kidding. I kind of feel like Catwoman right now. But I swear it's a bat. So we're going to continue. My black is already dry because I didn't get it super wet. Because nothing is worse than having just this black drippy line on your face in face painting. And so now we're going to do the forehead. So I like to outline this beforehand because it's a lot of black, so we're going to fill it in. So this is essentially what it's going to look like. And we are going to have one wing, two wing. Try to work into the corners of your face. And it's going to come like that. and it's gonna come down. So this is the outline of our Batman. And I kind of want him to have a sharper bottom. So we're gonna go like that. And so it's more fluid. Like that. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Okay, so now we're just gonna fill this in. Because the sooner you can get the back or the main color, the foundation of the face paint done, faster you'll be able to dry, and then you can start your detailing. Ooh. Okay. And so we're gonna start from the ear and bring it on down. Just keep bringing it on down. Pull from that line. Notice I have a little drippage. So if you ever get too much water or you notice that, just take a towel. You should always have a towel handy. Just dab the metal part to try to pull as much as the liquid out of it as possible. So now we're gonna go here. And now if you have hairy eyebrows like me, you have like this patch. So you just take your paintbrush and you dab. Fill that in. So we're gonna get close to the eye. We're not gonna cover the eye completely because even Batman, he has eyeshadow underneath his mask. But we're gonna be painting angry eyebrows because he's always scowling. I like angry eyebrows. One of my favorites to do because then I can make a funny face. So I'm just taking the round part of my brush or the flat part and pulling away from the eye because I don't want to cover my eye. And if you're doing this at home and you have a little munchkin that wants you to go all the way through, you can just take your black eyeliner, your black eyeshadow, or go pick some up at the store. If you have costume makeup that comes in the costume kits, you can always use those. Those, I mean, they work in a pinch. I've never really liked them. They've never really appealed to me, so I'd rather always use makeup than the marker crayon or the face paint crayons or the other, costume crayons that they sell at the costume stores. All right, so this is where I might bust out. And always, for all the parents out there, go as close to your tired line as you can. Get close to your bags, your tired bags, right there. And I don't want this little wing tip, even though I'm very proud of how that turned out. If I was doing Catwoman, I'd leave it, but we're not. We're doing Batman, so we're gonna square this bad boy off like that. And you just fill in that empty space. All right, and we're gonna go back here and grab from here, and we're gonna pull up, and pull up. I try to stick to one brush if I can, because then that means at least I have to clean up. But I might have to bust into that other one. No, thank you. My dog thinks she's gonna get human food, so she's growling at my boyfriend. All right, we're just filling that in right there. And just like we did, you can grab from the line and pull up into what you already made. Oh, that's okay. You have to remember that you're doing this for someone you love. Someone who asks you to go out of your way to do something special for them. So they are not going to have issues if your lines aren't perfect. You can do the best you can, but everyone has issues with making the perfect lines, or at least I do. So if anything, this little speech is for me. Like that. And we're gonna go here and we're gonna come up, and I want the tail to be like that. I think I want his ears so it'll be a little higher. So we're going to go, I switched to my smaller brush because I told you, sometimes you just have to. You can't do everything with one brush, even though I try so hard. Okay, so there's one Batman. We're gonna let that base dry. So we're gonna clean up our brush that we used for the black, and we're gonna switch over to our blue. Now, I know it might be a little old school for some of the kids out there, but Batman used to also be blue. It was more of the cartoon him, but I want it a little bit darker than that. So I'm just going to take my wet brush and just swipe it over the black. So I have a little bit of black on the tip and just bring it on over and see, kind of gives it a little bit of a gray dark color. I'm just going to get my brush a little bit wet because the smoother the paint is on your brush, not wet, but smoother, well, I guess wetter is another way, and the easier it's going to spread. So we're going to try to do this as even as possible. Oh, scratch my chin. Okay, so let's try to follow the nose first. So we started here and go up, and you can do any Batman you remember or that you like. I love you doing the yellow, the blue one, because cause I always thought he was cool. Alright, I hope everyone's home safe with their families. If you hear noises or people talking, it's because my family is trying to stay as safe as possible and stay home. I know not everyone's family is able to do that, so I just wanted to say that I hope that if you have any essential workers in your family that have to be out during COVID time and work, I appreciate them, and I appreciate you guys for doing that, and just thank you, and I hope that everything's okay. All right, so we're gonna take this. If you notice, this is only like one. See how it's just like the flat brush? I'm gonna try that over here and just go boop. Try to make them as even as possible because I'm reaching from face to face. It's a little difficult. But if your kid has a favorite superhero or comic book hero that maybe he or she would like to see, please leave in the comments. I got a request from my coworkers to do a Jack, since I was doing Batman today, to do a Joker and a Harley Quinn. So I think next week I'm going to be doing the Harley Quinn, and I don't know about Joker yet. I'm going to have to really think about how I'm going to do him. So I am going to be spritzing my blue because I don't want to keep putting my brush in the water and getting it all wet and drippy. So we're just going to spray our actual paint palette and try to go in as close as you can. Now I'm going to do a trick with this, and I thought it'd be kind of cool. So I was going to take a gray and kind of stitch them together. But you can do any color you want. I just thought this would be a good idea, so you could see that you have options when it comes to Batman. You have options when it comes to a bunch of superheroes. But Batman, I like his blue, but his classic is, his black mask. And I'm going to do what I did over there. I'm going to just get as close as I want to my eye, like that. Now, I told my boyfriend that we were doing Batman today, and I was talking to him. I'm like, yeah, my favorite Batman is the Michael Keaton ones, directed by Tim Burton. And he goes, what? Tim Burton didn't do Batman. I'm like, really? I know for a fact that Michael Keaton starred in 2 Tim Burton Batman movies in the 90s, the year I was born. So yeah, no, that happened. I got really sassy with him. But Michael Keaton, I've always been a great fan of Michael Keaton, but especially like Mr. Mom. That was like the cutest movie ever. And I bet you that no munchkins have ever seen that movie. And if they ever redid it, they'd have to do a pretty darn good job. And Michael Keaton would have to guest star as like one of the mom's co-workers. But anyways, Michael Keaton's Batman, all-time favorite Batman. So I'm gonna switch over, I'm done with the big guy. We're gonna switch over to the little one to do touch-ups and around the corners. So I'm gonna pick up my paint palette and I'm gonna swirl in circles, just like that. Now it's a little dry, so we're just going to spritz. This time I didn't get my camera today, thank goodness. Oh hey, Kristen's watching. The thingy's working. All right, so we're gonna take this guy and we're gonna try to clean it up a little bit. We're just going to go right here and we're gonna outline this in, I think I'm gonna outline the blue in black, maybe. Really depends. Oh, contact, okay, we're good. Just touch up wherever you need to. I did pretty good on the nose. But I always feel like this needs an outline. And touch up your eyebrows if you have hairy eyebrows like me. And, you know, work your way up like that. I'm so happy. Okay, so we're gonna let this dry. And take our handy dandy princess fan. So this is the part that kids are super impatient for, which is completely understandable. I'm impatient too, that's why I bought the fans. But if you give the kid a fan, and I always carry two, sometimes they break them, sometimes they don't. But for most of the time, they just like to feel like they're special, it's royalty or something. And I think that's really cool. I think they like it. And if you just want to get like a fan for your kid, Dollar Tree, if they break, they break, you know. You get what you pay for. And, you know, these fans are totally worth the money to me, especially for munchkins that are nervous or that just want to feel special on their special day. So, and for playtimes, I would imagine that this would be a fun way to play with them. Okay, I think blue is still wet. Black, I think we're solid. So, we're going to start on the gray with the black. So I'm taking my dirty white. I'm not going to add any more black to it because it's, like I said, dirty white. And that's kind of what I want because it's going to get dirty anyways because I'm going to be outlining the black. So you just spritz a couple times and then you just go into it. You just swirl that bad boy around. Just like that. Okay. You want to load up your brush, nice. You don't want it drippy. So if you notice that it's all over my, you notice it's all over my handle, it's because it's too wet. I put too much water in there. So you just need to dab it on your towel that you should have handy. And I buy, most of the stuff I buy because I know it's going to get ruined or it's going to be put through the ringer. I buy at Dollar Tree because then I don't feel bad. Like this really nice dish towel is now stained forever. I'm okay with that because it was worth every dollar I spent on it. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the black. We're gonna outline this in white. So we're gonna start here. And you just follow through, just like that. You just aim right by the nose. But yeah, my Michael Keaton playing Batman. He was my all-time favorite Batman. And my boyfriend's favorite Batman, like the actor he really enjoyed, was Val Kilmer, which I must admit, I enjoyed Val Kilmer as well. I've always enjoyed him. But Michael Keaton, he's bomb. And then with Catwoman and the Penguin done by Danny DeVito. It was done by Danny DeVito. So you just touch up where you need to. You notice. I'm trying to do as long lines as possible because then you don't have the pick up and start again lines. So if you notice, like right here, I had to do a little pickup right there. No one's gonna notice except for me. Now you could have showed you, but hey. So, if anyone wants to tell me who their favorite Batman is, I'm down to listen. I'm gonna go like that. All right, and so I got that part done. Now we're gonna go in for the angry eyebrows. So if you have angry eyebrows, just remember, go with the angry eyebrows. So we're going to squint, or not squint, we're going to do, right here, I have this guy, right there. And if your white gets darker, it's okay. I think mine's a little too dark, so I'm going to take one of my sponges. I'm just going, or too light, not dark. I'm just going to take it, I'm going to rotate it because I don't want it to turn out like a stamp. And I'm going to swirl out my white again, load up my brush, and we're going to try this again. And if you want to do like a comic, so if we squint, we have this line right here, then we have like that. You stole from the Gotham Bank. You must return all the money. Sorry. All right, so we're gonna go here and we're gonna go up. Just gonna outline the black around the eye. And if I get a little on my eyelid, I'm okay. I'll live. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I just feel like it adds a little something extra. I'm blending it to be a little bit darker. There we go. But yeah, I was on a YouTube Batman marathon last night, just watching all the best clips from all my favorite ones. Contact. Okay. So you could be done with this Batman. You could add like a trace line for the wing. I'm going to kind of let it be. I'm going to add just another line like that. Now that it's curved. And add a couple of squinting lines. Okay. My eye's a little funny. So there's our traditional Batman. Oh, I forgot the nose. Why didn't you guys say anything? Right, so we're gonna go back and we're just going to do the line over the nose. So we're gonna tilt you a little bit so you can see the ghost in the background. Just kidding. Just like that. All right, so I'm gonna rinse off that brush because I want to use it for the yellow. So the blue is nice and dry. We're gonna do essentially the same repeat over here. So I'm drying off my brush because I don't want any drippage. And we're going to be spritzing our yellow. Our yellow is a little dirty, but it's okay. It's gonna come right out once we run the brush over it. And remember, always spritz your hands and wipe them off before you touch a wee one's face, or else you're gonna get like black all over them. You're gonna possibly ruin the thing you just did. So I try to spritz my hands because everything I use is water based. You just wipe and pull, and for the most part you got clean hands until the next kid, and then you actually go and wash your hands, or you're like, where's the hose? Can I borrow a hose? All right, so I'm just taking our yellow, and because this is a round brush, we're swirling in circles. So if it's a flat brush, you just go back and forth, but if it's like this, you go in circles, and then you spin it between your fingers like so. Spin, spin, darling, spin, to get your white, to get your sharp edge. So I am going to go from here over. And you don't want to press into the blue super hard. You just want to lightly go over it because you don't want Batman to turn green. Miss Ivy does not need to be in this. I am not a comic book buff at all. I barely watch superhero cartoons. I do watch a lot of cartoons, but I can, just from the movies I grew up with, like I said, the really bad 90s superhero movies, I really like. Alright, we're just following. You see it kind of turned a little green right there. We're going to let that dry, and then we're going to go back over it with yellow. If your paint gets dry, just spritz it. I'm going to continue to roll between my fingers my paintbrush, so that way it's nice and sharp. We're going to grab from the bottom and pull up. Right there, we got rid of that green. So we're going to go back to this. So, yeah. I'm going to go here. Pull down. If you have a little bit of green, no worries, just let it dry a little bit and go back over it. I want it to be loaded. You don't want it dripping wet because that's when it's going to bleed into the green. So, maybe I should turn you back. Okay, here we go. Normally I say this at the beginning or around the beginning of the video, but if for some reason you don't like listening to me or you find me boring but you want to see my work, mute me, fast forward me. You're not going to hurt my feelings, I promise. Now all you're doing is outlining the hard work you already did. So I don't like how the blue right here, I'm just gonna go with a paintbrush sideways and just pat it like so. And so sometimes I get a little too extra and I do a little too much. So we're just gonna go back and try to fix what I just did. And try to fix this guy like that. Perfect. Okay, so we're almost done with our more classic comic book Batman. So this one, we're going to our angry brow. I want to add that there. That's where one of my creases are. This guy right here. And I have this line right here as well. And I have my little forwards scrunchy nose look. I have my over-exaggerated crow's feet thing going on from him scowling all the time. Alfred, why are you giving me a lecture about how to be a nicer human being? Sorry, bad joke. And just, I don't like that. So I'm going to do, I'm going to take my sponge, lightly wipe. If I wanted to, I'm going to take my finger, I'm going to dab into my blue, get it wet first. So you just have a little bit of that. And I'm just patting. It's a good way to erase some things you don't want. It doesn't always work, but I'm glad it worked for this. Okay, so now it's like I didn't do anything. We're gonna go back and try to redo it. All right. So we're going to take the pointy part of our brush and we're gonna go very lightly. Okay, I can dig that. Okay, so now I was going to take our pure white not our gray white, not our yellow. And I was gonna see about adding stitches, but I'm not sure how I'm feeling about that yet. Like, give me a minute to think about it. I'm gonna just slightly outline this eye socket, because why not? But little boys love this. They always go, I'm Batman. And I love it. It makes me giggle every time I hear it. You don't have to do this, because right now I'm having problems with this turning green. I think it's just a girl in me that wants to have like that special little bit of eyeshadow right here. Even though I don't even wear all that much makeup. But if you see, I'm turning green right here. So we're just going to try to blend that on down. I'm Batman. Sorry, I have problems. So we're gonna take one of our flatter brushes, like this guy, because he's nice and sharp. And I am going to dab him in my gray white. I just decided my gray white. And we are going to stitch this guy together, because why not? So that's the whole point of this video, is you can have classic black and white Batman or superhero comic Batman. Kids are gonna love it either way. They're gonna know who it is. They might prefer the black or blue. You can always ask them and they'll tell you. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna go like that, like they're stapled. So let's try that. We're gonna go okay, I don't like it, so we're not gonna do that. Ixnay the stapling stay. I'm just going to try to, like we did earlier, we're gonna take that brush we just used, we're gonna clean it off. We're going to spritz the blue, and we are going to just make it disappear. Just like that. Is there anything else I want to make disappear on my blue? No, I think that's pretty much it. And you can tap and swirl like that. And then we're going to get that into the black. And let the black just have its way with it. Like that. And I want to angle this right here. I want to correct my angry brow to be more rounded. So it's okay. I want this guy to have a different angry brow than this guy, because I like how his goes up and high. All right, I think we are done. So let's take care of those hair clips and loosen that up. And let's see if I can. I'm Batman. Let me see if I can get rid of one of these lights. Very shadowy. I'm Batman. Yeah, I think I found my point where I need to stop. So, thank you guys for all watching. I appreciate you taking time out of your day. I hope you enjoyed this video. And let me know if you have any other thoughts or requests that you would like. I'll be sure to add it to the list of ones I'm going to be doing. At noon, I'm going to be doing a unicorn for my niece. So you guys can watch that then. It's going to be like a fun unicorn. I'm going to do it for my niece, but on my face, so you guys can see how to, how I can do it step by step. But yeah, so here is your Batman. Ooh, see, that Batman turned out a lot nicer from the side angle, I think, because the other guy's black. Batman. All right, so thank you very much. I hope everyone's home. I hope everyone's safe. I hope that if any of you guys that have to be out and about, that you guys take the proper precautions. And I hope that you guys join me again soon on my videos. And I hope your kids enjoyed this. And if they watch this and they want to tell me who their favorite superheroes are, I'd be so happy to hear it. All right, well, bye guys.